Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a beautiful baby hat. Now this is the yarn that I'll be using. It's a number 3 yarn, and this is the hook that I'm going to be using. This is a 3.0 size hook. Now this pattern, it's the interlocking. It's called the interlocking single crochet stitch. Now I'm going to start off with the chain of 31. So let me start to make my chain. You can start in the way that you normally start, but this is how I start to do my crochet chain. I'm going to make 31 chains. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, these are my 31 chains. And now I'm going to skip one chain. I'm going to skip this chain, and I'm going to make 1 single crochet in this other chain, just like this. And now for the to make the interlocking chain, we have 2 posts on this single crochet. Now we're gonna insert our hook in this second post, and then into the other single crochet stitch we're gonna pull up. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through all 3 loops. Now we just made 1 more single crochet, and you can see this single crochet has 2 posts, 1, 2. So we're going to insert a hook in this second post, then into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up this loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through all 3 loops. We're going to insert our hook in the second post, then into the next stitch, yarn over, we're going to pull up. We have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Let me do that one more time. Insert the hook in the second post, then into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's another interlocking single crochet. So I'm going to continue. Let's see how many we have made so far. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to make 15 more stitches, and I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, I've now made 19 of the interlocking single crochet. Now I'm going to make the last one, which will be 20. I'm going to insert my hook in the second post, then into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now I'm going to use a stitch marker to mark my 20 interlocking single crochet. Now we have 30 more chains to work into. We have 30 remaining chains. So in each one of these stitches, we're going to make a slip stitch. So we're going to make one slip stitch. Just insert your hook, pull up the loop and pull through that one loop. This is my last stitch. And that is our 10 slip stitch. 10 slip stitches. So now that we have come to the end of this row, we're going to make one single crochet. And we're going to turn our work around. And now this time we're going to be working in the back loops only and in the third stitches. Now we have 1, 2, and if you turn the yarn around, you're going to see the third stitch at the back. So those are the stitches we're going to be working into. Call them the third stitches. So we're going to make one slip stitch in this first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make the other 6. We have one more to make. This is the 10th stitch, the 10th slip stitch. Now we're going to continue on making single crochets. So let me remove my stitch marker. So I'm going to mark the 10th stitch of my slip stitch. We're going to walk in the single crochets as we did for the slip stitches. We're going to walk in the 3rd stitch, which is these stitches at the back. So we're going to insert our hook, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, insert the hook in the 2nd post and into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, insert the hook in the 2nd post, into the next stitch, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. We're going to insert our hook, insert in the 3rd stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and we're going to continue on until we get to the end of this chain row. We have our last stitch to make. That's the end of this row. And this is what this is looking like. Now we're gonna chain 1. Let me remove my stitch marker. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work around and we're going to be working in the third stitch at the back again. We're going to insert our hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through both loops, insert the hook in the second post and into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, insert the hook in the next post, the second post, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. This is a 2-row repeat pattern where you will repeat rows 2 and 3 for the size of the hat that you are making. So I'm going to continue on with the 20 interlocking single crochets and then the 10 slip stitches, and I'm going to make as many rows that I need. Okay, now I have made a total of 45 rows, and now we're going to close up the seam and we're going to commence with the ribbing of this baby hat. So this is the right side. Well, it's a stitch where you can use both sides. Both sides look the same. So now we'll fold it in half onto itself. And we'll be stitching up the seam all the way down. And for this purpose, I'll be using a smaller hook. I'll be using a 2.5mm hook instead of the 3.0 hook that I was using before. So we're going to match each of the stitches together, line them up properly, and we're going to stitch all the way down until we get to this point. So I'll continue on all the way down, and I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, we have now closed this seam, so we'll now continue on to do the ribbing. So we're gonna make one slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. So I'm gonna make a chain one, I'm gonna single crochet in the same place, I'm gonna make a single crochet in this next stitch, one single crochet in this other stitch, one single crochet in this stitch, one single crochet in this stitch. So essentially what we are doing, we are making one single crochet in each of the stitches. In the ribbing, we're gonna make a stitch in this stitch, one at the top, one in this ribbing again, one at the top, and so on until we've come back to where we have started. So I'm going to continue making these single crochets all the way around, and we'll come back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, we've made it around, and now this is where we started, so we'll make a slip stitch in this first single crochet. So we have our 45 stitches all the way around. This is what we have. Okay, now that we've reached around to where we've started with the single crochets, now we'll continue on with the brim of the edging of the hat. So we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, chain 3 will count as a double crochet. Now we're gonna double crochet in the next stitch, I'm gonna double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. We're gonna make one double crochet in each stitch all the way around until we reach back to this chain 3, this beginning chain 3. So I'll continue making those double crochets, and I'll come back and we'll continue on with the project. Okay, we are just about where we've started. We have 2 more stitches to make. Okay, this is our last stitch, our last double crochet. Now we're going to make a slip stitch in the top of this beginning chain 3 that we made before. So 1 2 3. So we're going to slip stitch in this third stitch. This is what we have. We have our row of double crochets. Now we're going to be working in front loop and back loop. Sorry, we're going to be working front post and back post double crochet. So we're going to begin with chain 3 as our first stitch. Yarn over, go in. We're going to do a front post to start. So we're going to go behind the post like this. We're going to pull up the loop. We're going to complete our double crochet in a normal way. Now we're going to make a back post double crochet. You're going to yarn over. We're going to enter from the back. Now we're going to pull up this loop. We're going to complete our double crochet in the usual way. We're going to make a front post over this post. We're going to yarn over, go in behind the stitch, yarn over, pull through the loop, complete your double crochet in the usual way. Now we're going to yarn over. We're going to make a back post double crochet around this post. We're going to enter front to the back. We're going to enter from behind, pull up the loop. Let's do that over. Going to yarn over, enter from behind that loop, that post. We're going to pull up the loops. We're going to complete our double crochet in a normal way. We're going to make a front post around this post. We're going to yarn over, go in behind the post, yarn over, pull up the loop, complete your double crochet in a normal way. You're going to make one more. Let me show you one more time for the back post double crochet. Yarn over, enter from behind, pull up the loop, complete a double crochet, and we're going to be alternating between front post and back post double crochet all the way around until we get back to where we started, and I'll come back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, we are just about where we've started, so we're going to make one back post double crochet around this post. We're going to make a front post around this post. We're going to make a back post around this last stitch. Now we're going to slip stitch in the top of this chain 3 beginning stitch. We have 1 2 3. We're going to slip stitch in this stitch. Okay, now this is what we have. This is our hat. So we're going to make one last row of single crochet all the way around, and that will finish this hat project, and then we'll move on to stitching the top part. So the next row we're going to chain 1. We're going to slip stitch in the same stitch. We're going to make a single crochet in the same stitch, sorry. we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to make a single crochet in each stitch all the way around until we get back to this stitch, and we're going to end off our work. So I'll come back and show you how we'll end it off. Okay, we've now almost back to where we started, so we have 2 more stitches. So we're going to make those 2 last single crochet. Now we're going to slip stitch in the beginning single crochet. And this is the end of that part of the project. So we're going to cut our yarn. We're going to get our yarn needle. And that's it for this portion of the hat. So now we're going to flip this over to the wrong side, and we'll now come on and close up this opening at the top. We'll be using our yarn needle. Simply go in and out of the stitches. This is just what we call running stitches. This is what we have now. Now I wouldn't put a pom-pom on because it's gonna be unisex, either for boy or girl, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So this is a completion of our hat. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and you can subscribe because it's free. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.